Welcome. Thanks for listening. Here's our general disclaimer. The views and opinions expressed within our program are the thoughts of our TAC members and do not necessarily reflect the beliefs of Marvin Memorial Library as an organization. Hi, my name is Hannah. I'm the TAC president, and I am back again. I don't have anything new, really, other than I'm excited to be recording.
Hello everyone, I'm the community manager. My name's Leah. I am also back again.
You also have to be a little louder.
And I have to be a little louder.
There you go.
Okay, that's good.
Remember the rule of podcasting is to channel your inner Jamie.
Channeling my inner Jamie.
Without yelling. I don't actually yell, I just sound like I yell.
Do.
She does. She doesn't want to admit it. Okay, anyway,
Sorry, Leah, you are community manager.
I am.
You've done this how many times now?
Once.
Okay.
Me too.
Yeah. Snazzy times.
Mm-hmm.
Nothing new. You can go now.
Oh, hi, I'm Jamie. I am, as always, the person who's supposed to keep everybody in line, but really just distracts everybody. So there you go. We're gonna move on to other things, right? Nobody has anything new to say?
Mm-mm.
Okay.
Our writers club. That was in the pavilion, right?
Yes, we did that on Monday, our writers club.
I wasn't
We
there.
did it in the pavilion, which was not as cold as Leah says it is,
Was it cold?
but it was a little chilly.
I think it was very cold, but I also have, no insulation, so...
That does make a really big difference.
How many teens were there?
2.
Oh, good. I would have been there, but I was busy.
Doing what?
None of your business.
If you have to say none of your business, you could have brought him along. Just saying.
How did you know?
This is not my first day. That's how I knew.
Okay, book club. That was fun. That was inside because it was
Book
raining.
club was fun, and once again I have to interject here. It was not raining. It was sprinkling, and Hannah was afraid she was gonna melt, so we had to stay inside. We could have gone outside. Leah and I were all game for sitting outside that night.
Okay. That was fun, and our next one is next month.
Next month, yes. I don't have the calendar in front of me. It's behind the iPad, which is recording, and so we don't want to look at it. But the second Monday is book club, and the third Monday is writers club, and we'll do those at 5:30. Preferably outside, but inside if we have to.
Okay.
Which is a nice change of pace because we were doing them on Zoom, which was horrible. Really horrible.
I rarely came.
Yeah. I was pretty much the only one that showed up, ever. It was okay, though.
Now, our
Yeah, Leah and I learned all kinds of new things about each other.
Oh, yeah, it was a good time.
Jamie, do you want to tell everyone about our TAC-April?
Well, there's not much to tell. The artwork is on display.
It's just my artwork, I think.
We got one thing from one other person.
Okay, so my
who is a
artwork...
staff member's granddaughter, so it almost counts. It does count because it's a really nice piece of artwork that's in the display case, but it was kind of like an arm-twisted thing more than a voluntary thing. So yeah, it's mostly the Leah show in the display case. And our performance night, which we've talked about a couple of times now in planning parts and pieces and what we're doing, we had to cancel because we had exactly one person who wasn't a TAC member register for it, and that one person added to 2.5 TAC people does not equal a show. So we canceled for this year. Hopefully next year when we're more normal and we can do everything in person and not just the performance night part of it,
That we should
we'll
get
more
year.
people. It'll also help too if people do what they say they're going to do and talk to people at school. Just throwing that out there.
Summer reading, that's coming up really soon. I think we have 1 month left.
Yeah, one solid month of planning and prep left.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
Which is starting to make me a little twitchy because I got to do children's stuff too. But we're okay.
The theme is Tales and Tales.
The artwork is super cute.
It is,
And the
It's so
snakes.
cute.
I can show you. This is the children's. It's right behind us.
I
know. I'm
children.
sorry for those of you just listening, not watching, but this is the children's artwork. It is adorable.
I like
got
the
a
children's
teen one
artwork.
here too. It's not quite as adorable, but it's nice. We like it. Some years we really hate the artwork.
Oh, that one's cool.
Isn't
I haven't
it?
seen that one.
Well, that was a convenient pile of stuff I never put away.
And anyone can do that. Teens
Yeah,
children.
7th through 12th grade
Mm-hmm.
is the teen program, and children is like age 2 through 6th grade.
Yeah, and we'll post more about that on our Instagram,
Yeah.
where we post other things like polls. Are we still doing those?
We haven't done a poll in a while, but I have been, aside from this, I didn't do so well this week, but like, I have been getting a little better about remembering to do something every day.
Mm-hmm. So we post a lot on there.
Mm-hmm.
Is it MM Teens?
Yeah, it's at MM Teens.
Seems next we have terrariums. Those are fun.
Haven't done those in a
Everyone
while.
loves terrariums.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Sorry, I misread that.
Yeah, and we can come back up to other topics, but terrariums are nice and fun. Everyone, if you're listening to this, you should come.
Yep.
It is
Terrariums are fun.
usually our most popular program. We, actually, if you want to grab the leaning plant, I have to repot this. This is, I think, from our first year of terrariums. He was just one little leaf, and I rescued him, which is impressive because I usually killed him. So
come to
So yeah, we
terrarium.
plant, we make terrariums, we, play in the dirt, we make a giant mess, we
It's
have
a
some
really
fun.
good time. And
Yep.
I think, was it last year we had dirt pudding too?
Not last year, because last year we were all at home in
Yeah.
our own houses.
The year
But-
before that.
The year before, yeah, we have done dirt pudding in the past. We could do that real easy.
Yeah,
Mhm.
maybe we should. That's fun.
We could do that, yeah, dirt pudding. And I think everybody has to do 3 terrariums this year just
Fun
because
by me.
I have got a lot of jars I need to get rid of. Like,
We
we
should
didn't
do
do as many
something like
last
that.
year as we
Yeah.
usually do.
Our end of year survey. Jamie, do you want to tell everyone about that?
Man, you two are making me do all the talking today.
You're so good at it, though.
Yeah, you're amazing, Jamie.
That is a really nice, almost attempted sneaky way of telling everybody I'm super annoying because I won't shut up.
Well, now's your time. Show
I think it was just the right amount of sneaky because you caught on.
Okay, well, anyway, our end of year survey, we usually do it just at the end of summer reading, but we're trying to shift into a new way of doing it moving forward so that we catch people at the end of the school year
Mm-hmm.
instead of just the 20 people who do summer reading.
Yeah.
So yeah, see, it takes us a while, but we get there. So the link to our survey is available on our website. So if you do marvinlibrary.org/program/teen, the teen programs page, the link's right there at the top. You can go to do it. And we are going to pull prizes in May and June out of the names of people who have completed the survey, so make sure that you
Ooh.
complete it.
Everyone loves prizes.
It's a
Oh, yeah.
smidge longer, but we're trying to get some really solid information on who's using the library, who's coming to programs, and what things we can do to make people actually show up. Because while we were on a really nice roll pre-COVID and people were coming and people knew about
Yeah.
us, we kind of lost that.
just as everybody
Just a little
loves
bit.
that.
Like, just a little bit. So we kind of like to regain some momentum. So if we
Yeah.
could get some input from the rest of you, that would be greatly appreciated.
Yeah.
And there are prizes, so.
Prizes always help.
Yeah, and food.
And food.
And food. We do generally have food at almost all of our programs, so
That's
there's
how you
that
get
too.
people to come.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have a conversation, says this paper that Jamie printed out.
But you don't have to read that part. That's just the stuff we want to talk about. That's not the stuff we're doing.
Is there another cart of new books, or are they all out already?
Here's the thing, right? Okay, so I ordered new books
Mhm.
in April. For April. Well, the last week, it was either the last week of March or the first week of April for April, right?
Mm-hmm.
We were a little behind this year in getting started due to things that were outside of our control. But anyway, I was on it. I was excited. Let's go. I ordered them, and they usually take a week to get here, and they're still not here yet. So,
So they're coming.
They're coming, but the April books might turn into the May books, which is very sad. But they are coming. They are newer books. They are ones that you guys have said you liked or you
Tell us
wanted.
which ones there are.
I don't know. I'd have to get a list. I'd have to pull it up on the computer. I don't think I even printed the list.
Some of them that I said that we liked. I gave you a couple of them.
Yeah, either ones you liked or ones you said you wanted to read. You know, I
Mhm.
took. It wasn't just me. I did take some of
Yeah.
your opinions. I usually try to do that, but
There have been a lot of good ones lately. I feel
Mhm.
like a lot of authors spent a lot of time writing in 2020. It's like, what else were they supposed to do? And so we're getting quite a few good books this year.
Yeah. Yeah, we got some good stuff coming up.
I have one on
if they ever get here.
I have Rainbow Rowell's Any Way the Wind Blows on pre-order.
When does it come out?
June.
Okay,
Yeah.
we could get that on my next list. It'd be close enough that by the time they shipped them, it'd be June.
The third one to carry on. I really like this series. It's good.
Somebody did tell me that was coming. Ashley, maybe?
Yeah, I'm really excited for it.
I don't know.
But
Somebody.
I'm kind
You
of
gotta talk
upset.
louder.
I'm kind of upset because I ordered that one, and now it's available to pre-order the really pretty cover. And I'm so upset because I didn't get that one. I just have to buy both.
You could, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, how about this? Since we don't have new books at MML that are available yet, what are you currently reading?
I love this question. Okay, so
Hannah does love this question.
I'm
She'll
reading
talk for an hour.
this book. Well, first I should give you guys some backstory. So, when I was at Power of the Pen a couple years ago, we had this like speaker, and she was talking to us about writing and like how powerful and impactful it could be. And she had this book that she recommended called "I'll Give You the Sun." I can't remember the author's name, but I think it's Jenny something. And she said
That sounds familiar. Do we have that?
I think so. She said it was really impactful on her. And so I finally bought it a couple days ago at Barnes & Noble. But it took me a while to actually get it because the paperback just has a quote on the front instead of the actual title, whereas the hardcover has the title, but it's also more expensive. So I bought the paperback. And I'm currently reading that.
I feel like that was a lot of information we didn't
And
need.
it's really good. So far, it's a coming-of-age story about this brother and his sister and everything that they're trying to navigate, like dealing with like grief and high school and things like that. So that's really good. I could talk about my TBR if you want.
Well, that's okay. That'll take us forever and 2 days.
Leah, what
What are you currently reading?
I'm currently reading a book on Greek mythology,
Ooh.
and
That one does sound like fun.
yeah, I
The Song of
really.
Achilles?
Wait, what?
I think we have that one, don't we?
I don't know. I hope so.
I don't know, but I really like Greek mythology. But the way this book is written, it's kind of like a textbook, which makes it really
Oh.
boring.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm almost
How
done.
do you make Greek mythology boring? Everybody was doing everything they weren't supposed to do with everybody.
I know. If Zeus just kept it in his pants, none of this would have happened.
I love you, Leah.
I love you too.
That's not wrong, but maybe we shouldn't talk about that.
I had to get it out.
It's a good thing we have our
So
disclaimer. I mean facts, though.
So anyway, yeah, it's like a textbook, and it's pretty boring. And the person who wrote it just keeps like citing like the original.
Oh, is it on Wattpad? Or is it like
No,
a
it's a
fan
book.
fiction? Oh, okay.
It's an actual book, yeah. I don't want to read it anymore, but I'm almost done with it, so I'm gonna.
You have to finish it.
I know, I gotta
You have
finish it.
to-
I can't just stop.
Yeah, I hate that when you get like, or to the climax and you don't see anything happening, but you're already there, so you have to keep going. What are
Yeah.
you reading, Jamie?
Right now,
Yeah.
mostly nothing. I'm reading a school library journal a couple months ago.
Mm-hmm.
I took home I haven't started it yet, but I'm pretty excited about it. It's a teens and activism at the library
Oh.
kind of book. And we talk about a lot of that kind of stuff at TAC and the things that we would like to do. And I thought this might be a good way to bridge some of those gaps.
Yeah.
And the book super, super stinks. Like the last one I took home about transitions in the library, like between
Mhm.
different age groups, that was really, really awful. It was so bad. It was horrible. It was like, it was all common sense. You should have known that exit in library school stuff, not
Oh,
I
yeah.
needed a book for it stuff. Like it
Mhm.
was horrid. Well, this one, if it turns out to be that bad, at least half the book is book lists, so we'll get something out
Yeah.
of it. Like, I mean, even
That's
if we don't
nice.
get programming tips, we'll at least have the book list stuff. So I'm a little more confident in this one than I was when I finished the last one. But yeah, that's in my bag, but I haven't started it yet. I wanted to get the
You'll have to give us an update. I'm interested to see
book
how that
review
goes.
one.
Yeah.
What you were saying something about TAC, and I just wanted to say I was at my job interview yesterday, and
Okay.
TAC was the most helpful thing ever.
I keep telling people that. Why
Like,
don't
it was
people
so
listen to me?
useful. Like I was like, one of the questions was like, when have you ever had to solve a problem? And I was like, well, let me tell you.
Let me tell you
Well,
about
we
the
got a lot of
library.
problems.
And I like explained like my role in that, and it was really helpful. So if you're looking for something like that, join TAC.
It does. We do try to make it as real world applicable as we
Yeah.
can. Like, we make you fill out an application. We take everybody, but we make you fill out an application because it's good practice.
Yeah.
Don't tell my sister that we take everybody, because I told her when she looked at her application, I'm not letting her join. So
I'll have
That
to
seems
review and be
mean,
like,
but as an older sister, I get you.
it is what it is.
Anyway, we do that, and we try. I'm not always good at delegating, but we try to make sure that we delegate to the point where it's more your organization than
Yeah.
mine, so that you're doing a lot of stuff.
Which
And
helps
if you're
a
not
lot.
doing stuff, it's all your fault, not mine.
It helps a
Um,
lot, not only with that, but like in school and things like that. Like
It
I
is
just remember
good practice for like later organizations, and it looks good on resumes.
Yeah.
And to be able to talk about it. And honestly, the more active you are, the better my recommendation letter is. And
Yeah.
I write a really nice letter of recommendation. Just throwing that out there.
What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I'm really glad that I joined when I did. I was at the ripe age of 13, and I didn't know what was going on.
That's a good time to sneak in because you're in before you realize how terrifying it is.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
So
then
I was
you're
like, oh, this is fun and exciting, and now I'm trapped for life.
That's how it be. They're never getting rid of me. It's like cult.
It's not a cult. However, we have been likened to the mob in that once you're in, you're always in. Because we've had people who, due to scheduling conflicts and whatnot, have left. And I say, like, if you ever want to come back, it's all fine. Just show up. It'll be
We
great.
literally lost one of our members, and then he just showed up. And I can't even remember. We had like food we had pizza. And he just walked in, and we were like, where'd you come from? We haven't seen you in like 6 months. I know it was fine.
But there's a little TAC advertising for the day. You're welcome.
We are currently still stuck in our COVID restrictive not taking new
Yeah.
members. But going into the new year, in August, we will be doing a heavy recruitment push.
Ooh.
So now's a good time to start thinking about it.
Yeah. Easter.
I don't know why you wanted to talk about Easter,
That's
but I
been-
wrote it down.
Has it been a whole month? Yeah, I guess it has been.
Not quite. That was the first weekend in April. So just a couple weeks.
Yeah. You were talking about Greek mythology. I got the Song of Achilles for Easter. I'm really excited to read it. Apparently it's sad at the end. But I'm excited to read that. What'd you get for Easter?
Lots of money.
Lots of money.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That is cool. How'd you do that?
Yeah.
I'm still a child and I still hunt for Easter eggs. And the adults decided that maybe we didn't want all candy this year.
Candy's good. but-
Candy is delicious if it's the right kind of candy. Like Reese cups and like
Reese
Twix.
cups.
Like yes, okay, but like when it's not like off-brand chocolate and it's like not as
Yeah.
good, I'm like okay.
I believe
Maybe
in Reese
give me
Cup
like
supremacy.
some. So yeah, they filled most of the eggs with money. And I got a lot of money, and it was good because I was broke. Because I spent all of my money on a beekeeping kit, so that's something I'm gonna start doing. Yeah.
I have a few questions.
Yes!
One, that's awesome. That's not a very good question, but I want to start with that. But why beekeeping? And what are you going to do with that?
Be a beekeeper, duh.
Why beekeeping? Because bees are super cute, and also they like pollinate and everything, and like help the environment. Like, come on, guys. No, actually, fun fact: honeybees are technically an invasive species.
That's usually not a good thing.
No, it's usually not. But they've been in America for so long that they don't really like mess up the ecosystem, I guess, anymore.
Mm-hmm.
But native bees and bumblebees do still pollinate so much better than honeybees. So I do suggest if you want to get like involved with bees, get some native bee houses and hang them up near your garden.
Aw, that's
Yeah.
so cute.
Yeah, you don't have to take care of them, you just hang them up
Mm-hmm.
and the bees will come in and the females lay their eggs and you just kind of leave them and you gotta watch them because sometimes other insects and like wasps will lay eggs in there and then you gotta kind of clean it out. But yeah, once you get native bees in there, it's fine. And then once spring is done, you take the eggs inside and you just keep them at a controlled temperature.
Wait a minute here.
The eggs.
I read your beekeeping paper. right?
Yeah, okay, yeah, I also wrote...
That was not in the paper. The fact that you have to take the bees inside the house. I feel like that's
after
not
spring,
normal beekeeping practice.
Okay, well, if the eggs get too cold, then they won't survive. So you have to keep them in, like,
their
a
eggs,
control-
what are they gonna do? Fly? No.
Yeah, well, you can just keep them somewhere where it's a controlled climate and it won't get too terribly cold. And then once it starts warming up, you can put them back inside in what's called a release box. And basically, it's just a box with a little hole in it. And you put the eggs inside of the box. And when the bees hatch, they'll leave the box and they won't be able to find the house again. So they can't immediately lay eggs in the house. Because you gotta clean it out to make sure there's no
You
parasites
have
or
such
anything.
vast bee knowledge.
Bees are so cool!
I feel like you lost me on the bee house idea as soon as I had to bring the bees inside of my house.
Well, I mean, they're just eggs.
Yeah, they're
Yes,
just eggs.
but you've met me. I will forget that I have the bee house.
But
I will
just
forget
stop.
where I put it, and then I will have bees all over my
Okay,
house.
well, does this make you feel better? Most native bees do not have stingers long enough to really hurt humans, and also they don't, like, have a colony or a swarm. They're solitary, and they basically live alone. So if really the only way they're going to hurt you is if you, like, threaten them or whatever, or, like, harm them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You want to know a fun fact about bees?
I do.
I learned this, I think it was from a TikTok, but I researched more into it after this.
Okay.
But people with Lyme disease, they get like swelling on their backs, and in order to make that swellness go down, people have discovered that if you take a bee and sting yourself with it, it'll go down. And
Yeah.
so,
I feel like there's some real hippy-dippy stuff in
and
that
so
one.
I watched the girl do it, and so she takes tweezers, picks the bee up, puts it on her back, and then the bee's dead. But she did it like it was ethical, apparently, because she said that they were already old and they couldn't do much for the ecosystem anyway, so she had them shipped to her. And so she takes the stinger, stings herself, kills the bee, and then she takes the thingy out and it goes down. It was so weird.
Yeah, I read that somewhere.
I feel like medically speaking, there's gotta be some more
There is no
better
funding
ways
for
to
people
do
with
that.
Lyme disease.
like better ways to do that. But how do you know that the bees are so old that they can be used for this rather than nature?
I have no idea. She said that it was ethical, and she pulled up this document, and I didn't bother to read it. And I was just like, oh, okay.
My vast knowledge of bees really only covers native bees at this point. I haven't really gotten into the whole honeybee beekeeping thing yet. I know some things. So yeah, I don't really know a whole lot about this.
Speaking of honey, okay. Yeah, we're gonna skip that topic only because I feel like we'd have to actually look some stuff up and we don't have time for that. But I do want to ask you about your beekeeping society club. What is it?
Yes, okay, so there is a little beekeeping club.
Leah, who has one, which is TAC, has branched out to beekeeping.
Ooh.
Yeah, TAC is a lot more fun. If you ever join a group, and every group that I go to now seems extremely boring because I've been in TAC, and TAC is a whole lot of fun. And I go to these other groups, and they're like, okay, let's do some business stuff. And then we sit and actually do the things. And I'm like,
Which is what I try to do. I would like to point out. I try to do business stuff.
No.
and I'm like, what is this nonsense? Why are we branching off into 13 different other topics? But no. So everything seems pretty boring, and I usually quit after like a couple months, but I kind of need to be in this because I don't know how to do beekeeping. And it seems like a really nice group of people because the funny thing is, I went to go join and like pay dues and everything. And there was a lower price for juniors. And so I go up and I'm like, well, what's considered a junior? And they're like, we don't know. We've never had one before. And I'm like, what do you mean? They've never had a high schooler before. I'm literally the youngest person that's ever joined. This club is full of older people.
I want to join this club.
Please join the club. Come learn about bees with me. It is so
You have to keep a
interesting.
beehive in your backyard.
Yeah, fine with me.
Yeah,
I don't know about my
I was
parents.
gonna say, what
but
about your?
I have a whole level of a house. It's fine.
Yeah, when I went, they had a speaker. I think they have a speaker every time, and it's really informational. They recorded the meetings, and I watched the videos to the ones I couldn't make it to. But I went to the last one, and the lady that was there talking was explaining how to like make your own queens so you don't have to buy them, and it's really interesting because I didn't know that the queens were made. Like, I have to talk a little louder apparently.
Not a lot louder, but a little louder. Yeah, like you're like this big. You should be like this big.
Sorry.
Anyway, you can make a queen. I didn't know that.
Yeah, you can make a queen, and I didn't realize that. I thought queens were like some special thing, but no. Literally, the only difference between a regular bee and a queen bee is that the nurse bees which are the bees that feed the larvae and everything, they feed some larvae a lot more than others, and so whatever larva has been fed the most will get the biggest, and therefore it is the queen bee.
Oh!
Yeah.
Well, that's easy. If we can't follow that logic, I'm automatically queen in a lot of situations. Like, I like
Congrats,
that.
Jamie, do you want a crown?
Well, I wouldn't say
Isn't there
no.
one over here?
Right
Get the crown.
Oh, I didn't know I had. There you go.
Jamie!
Queen bee.
Thank you.
Yeah,
Okay.
So we talked about bees. It is springtime now, but you wouldn't believe it based on outside.
It's terrible, and I
We
hate it.
did get, like, I don't know, 5 inches of snow.
But
But it was real light and fluffy. It's almost all melted by now.
I wish we had a snow day.
I was literally sitting outside, and I
these are
was picking.
babies.
I was picking dandelions, and the bees were like flying around me, and it was such a good time. I was doing that like a couple days ago, and then today it's like super cold, and like
was
where's the
awful.
dandelions?
I
Where are the
know.
bees? I don't know.
The bees are all
I'm not
hiding.
happy.
That's the problem with April. It always
Yes.
snows.
And then next week it's supposed to be like 70 something.
Yep, probably.
Like,
I
what?
believe it.
How does that happen?
That's because it's spring.
The bees will come back. Yay!
Which also happens to be state testing time.
Ew.
Do you have to
Yes.
take any, Leah?
Yes, I have to take 3. I
Oh
have
my goodness.
biology, geometry, and English.
Oh my gosh.
Disgusting.
English will be easy.
English will be easy.
Biology shouldn't be too
is
bad.
just disgusting in general. Not really the subject, more the teacher. I absolutely despise my teacher. I hope he listens to this.
Oh my gosh, that's a horrible thing to say. You gotta be nicer.
I can't. Anyway, and geometry, I hate math. Anyway,
Yeah, I have one for math too.
Math is
Not
my
excited.
least favorite.
We had to do projects today. Like, she gave us this poster paper. It was like, okay, write down this problem. It's like, why?
On poster paper?
Yes. There was
Aw.
no, I don't know, maybe just to switch things up a little bit.
Maybe she's trying to get rid of the poster paper. I give you
Think
guys
about that.
I give you guys weird stuff sometimes just because I'm tired of trying to find a home for it.
Should we finish
You
up?
wanted to talk about trends. Do you have anything you want to
Trends?
say about trends?
I don't
trendy.
know.
You're the one who wanted to talk about that,
I don't really
so
know.
you have to talk about that. We got to talk about our bees.
Trends? Well, we should finish up in a couple of minutes.
We're only at 28 minutes. We can go for another 5-ish minutes without being annoying.
What was I going to say?
We don't
My
have to, but we could.
I know a trend that I get made fun of for a lot by older people in my life. I like to wear mom jeans, and like people don't like them apparently because they're ugly. I don't know. They're big and fun, and I think that they're a lot better than skinny jeans.
I feel like they fit funky in the like waist hip area,
Yeah, but I don't know. I
and
like
then
it
other
more.
things don't sit as nice over top of it.
Yeah,
But I do feel like they're more comfortable.
I like mom jeans. They're nice. Like mom jeans with a littler shirt. It's good. I like them.
Yeah,
And
they're cute.
I like my Doc Martens too. Those are pretty trendy.
Yeah.
Doc Martens are always trendy.
Yeah,
I feel like
and
that's
they're
not. I feel like that's
expensive.
not a trend so much as it is a constant.
A constant trend.
Because
Like-
they're amazing.
Like if you're constant, are you really a trend?
I don't know.
Constantly trendy. That's me.
I'd like to think I'm pretty trendy in the means of fashion.
Oh, absolutely. You're the trendy.
Not today, but most of the time.
Yes, you are. I have a dinosaur hoodie on today.
I wore slippers.
It
to
is a
school
really awesome
today.
dinosaur hoodie.
Wait, hold on. I gotta put the hood up. See, I put spikes on it. It's my dinosaur
Oh
hoodie.
my God.
It is very nice. It's
She
a nice
thinks I'm a
hoodie.
dork, and she is right. But I'm also super cool. So
We talked.
Dorks have more fun.
dorks do have more
Dorks
fun.
are
I'm having a
adorable.
blast.
We talked about our teen page. We also have. Marvin
Make sure you
Library.
check that out because it's where we're currently keeping everything. So anything at all that we have going on, you're going to find all of the information for it there. So it's
Mhm.
marvinlibrary.org. And then if you just go to the programs and then teens, it's a drop-down menu. That's the most comprehensive place to currently find everything you're looking for.
We also have just the library as a whole, the website. You can go there to look for things.
Yeah. The library does have a Facebook page. We don't utilize it for teen stuff very often, but I will occasionally post things there, like the survey and programs you have to register for, that kind of thing. But mostly it's the website and then our Instagram.
Because Instagram is the young people's Facebook.
Yeah. Instagram is superior. I saw your comment earlier on Eliza, the author.
Yes.
That was pretty exciting. You should talk about that. That is a pretty cool deal.
I should. I have... okay, so a little embarrassing. I have no idea how to pronounce the author's, last name.
Francesca?
Yeah,
Franzeppa. Hang on, what's her name?
I know her last name's Zappia
she's in the Z section in the teen zone.
Or something like that. I don't know.
It's Eliza and Her Monsters is the name of the book.
It is my favorite book ever, because literally Eliza is just me. I'm convinced that we are the same people.
Verify.
And I'm still waiting.
It's pretty close. I did finally read it.
I'm still waiting for my Wallace to come, but it'll be fine. If you have read the book, you'll
You're
know exactly
only a sophomore, though, so you still got time to find your Wallace.
Her Wallace came her senior year, so I don't know. Yeah, but anyway, so she makes comics, and her webcomic is super famous. And she's just so cool, and I was like, I want to be like...
It is it's a really cute book. And so I would like to point out while we're talking about this, that for 2 years straight, it was the only book that Leah brought to book club.
It's still happening.
Oh yeah, I talked about it at
every single book club, when you say, what do you want to talk about, or...
I say how hot Wallace is, because man, he's smoking hot.
Every single time.
Oh, Wallace.
Every time.
I have a cactus named Wallace.
Even in the ones that you don't think you could make the connection, like science fiction, or when we talk biographies, or when we talk, she makes it fit every month.
It's because it fits in all categories, because it is 100% awesome.
Yeah.
It is, yes.
See?
Anyway, that's the backstory to Leah's Instagram comment. So Leah is finally on Instagram. We talked about that the last time that Leah was here.
Yeah, I make
Leah
comics
and her
now.
comics are finally on Instagram, which is pretty cool.
So cute.
They are adorable. They're some of my favorites.
Yeah, the old ones are on Instagram right now. I have a stockpile of them over a year almost. So I really hate the ones that I made in the beginning, but it'll be fine.
But what was her post about?
Eliza made enough money where the publishers got what they paid for or whatever.
Oh yeah.
I can't remember what it's called. She used
I think she said, because I read it when you sent it to me. The book earned out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So the publishers have now made all of their money back.
Mm-hmm.
So the author is getting royalty money in now. So every time somebody buys the book from now on, she gets money, which is exciting, and that's kind of why you're into this. But most books never do that because they're books.
Yeah. So buy yourself a copy, because she deserves the money, because she's super awesome, and I love her.
You won't regret it. It's
good. You will not.
It is a really good book. I did finally read it.
You're either gonna connect to Eliza a whole lot. You're gonna be like, wow, Wallace is so hot. Or you're just gonna like the general comic thing. And I'm pretty sure she has a little series of the comic. I don't know.
I think so.
I haven't looked at it or anything.
Anyway, she commented this stuff, and Little Miss Brave Pants over here.
I was like, you inspired me to make comics. I'm like, I love you so much.
She's amazing.
Yes.
And she liked my post once.
That's so cool.
And
she replied, and she replied.
did.
What did she say?
She was like, thank you. She's like, I'm so glad I inspired you. And I'm like, oh
my gosh, Leah, you've made it in the world.
I have made it in the world with the 3 comics that I posted online so far.
You should post more. I love them.
I promise I have a big stockpile, and they get posted on Mondays. So.
It is pretty cool. It is pretty awesome. Okay. That, I think, is a really good place to stop before we go sideways into something and we take 15 minutes to talk about it.
I'll go sideways right now.
Anything else we need to say we want to add?
No, not other than thanks for listening.
Yeah.
Keep an eye on upcoming event information. There will be flyers for book club, writers club, our May photo and costume contests, and Terrariums. Terrariums is the big one. Everybody really loves that one. And please,
free plants.
please do the survey.
Yeah. Bye.
So, bye.